everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Grab your coffee, maybe a seltzer. How about a bowl of soup? And let's get into it. So, I keep hearing about this date, September 24th. What ominous event do they have planned? Okay, that's the question here, okay? What in the world are they planning to do on September 24th, 2022? A member of the German legislature is openly warning that September 24th will be a day when everyone will remember exactly where he or she was. Let that sink in. What other date do you remember exactly where you were on that particular date? 9/11? When the Berlin Wall came down? Now, I'm not old enough for this one, but how about when JFK was assassinated? Okay, there's significance in dates. Where were you? You know what I mean? And needless to say, those days, they don't come along very often at all. So, for those that were alive at the time, like I said, when JFK, because that was one of those days. 9/11 was one of those days. But off the top of my head, I can't really think of too many other than like the Berlin Wall coming down. You know, things like that. Remember when Ronald Reagan said, take that Berlin... Okay, you know what I'm saying, right? I mean, I can remember what I was doing, like when Hurricane Katrina hit, because I remember watching, I mean, that was New Orleans, 2005. I remember watching, because, I mean, I was living here in Florida, in Tampa. I mean, you know, because we watched the hurricanes, and you're like, oh, you know what I mean? I remember when that Katrina hit New Orleans. Oh my God, the devastation. I cried for those people. I wanted to go there and help. Oh, I did. Matter of fact, you know, because my husband works for Homeland Security, he was getting ready to sign up to go to be part of the rescue. And eventually, it was recovery. Yeah. So, and then we have the invasion of Ukraine that was earlier this year. It was definitely, you know, a major turning point. But beyond that, there aren't too many days that fall into that category. You know that category that I'm talking about. That's why something that a member of the German parliament just said, it's just so odd. Everyone will not forget September 24th, 2022. Everyone will know exactly where he or she was. What are you leading on to, man? What do you know that we don't know? Why won't you say something so we can prepare? What's wrong with you? Why? Why does he believe September 24th will be so historic? Why? September 24th, 2022. The German legislator said that that date will be remembered forever. Financial collapse is coming soon. Will this be a black swan event? I mean, it when September 24th was mentioned, did he reveal something? You know what I mean? Was there like a key word? At this point, I don't know. Perhaps nothing is planned for September 24th. Perhaps if we could listen to the entire speech, you know what I mean? It would be like obvious that he's referring to something completely trivial, you know? And the reason why this is catching a lot of people's attention is because that September 25th and September 26th will be very significant as well. Because this year, I don't know even know if I'm pronouncing this right, Elul, Elul, begins at sundown on September 24th and it runs until sundown September 25th. And we witnessed the World Stock Exchange crash in U.S. history up until that time in 2001. And that record stood until it was broken like 7 years later in 2008. So, the 29th fell on a Sunday in 2015. And the stock market is closed on Sunday, so no record was going to be broken then. However, we did see a tremendous amount of financial shaking in August and September of that year. And in 2022, the 29th, once again, falls on a Sunday. So there's not going to be any stock market crash on that day either. But, I mean, I encourage everyone to watch very closely because Rosh Hashanah, begins sundown Sunday, September 25th. And according to Jewish tradition, I mean, I have family members that are Jewish, according to Jewish tradition, 1 7-year Shemitah, I think I'm saying that right. It's Shemitah. It's a cycle, and it will end, and a new one will commence once the sun goes down that evening. But of course, the truth is that we don't know for sure if Jewish authorities have calculated the Shemitah cycles correctly, and if the Bible also doesn't make it completely clear on what day the Shemitah cycles are to begin. So we really can't be too dogmatic about any of this. You know what I mean? And with that being said, without a doubt, a great number of believers will be on high alert as we approach Rosh Hashanah. And to a lot of people, it may seem quite strange that those 2 days were mentioned. But once you understand that Rosh Hashanah goes from sundown on September 25th to sundown on September 26th, it makes perfect sense. And according to Jewish tradition, those 24 hours are the very first days of the new Shemitah cycle. I think I'm saying that right. In any event, I certainly expect the next 7 years to be chaotic, the most chaotic 7 years in human history. I mean, there is something else, it's been pointed out that, because of the fall of the Queen, has happened just before we get to the fall of this year, like autumn, not me, but the season. And in the fall of this year, many are anticipating that we could see the fall of Western civilization kick into high gear. But, I mean, perhaps this is just like a huge coincidence. But a lot of people don't believe in coincidence. And people are reading a lot, or, maybe way too much into all of this. I don't know. It's entirely possible. But if you had to pick just one figure that represented like the entire Western world, it could have been her. I mean, because she literally was the queen of like a lot. You know what I mean? And the Western world is certainly on the verge of a complete and total collapse. I mean, we're moving into times when we'll see catastrophic events happen that most people never even imagined were possible. All of human history has been building up to a grand crescendo, and we get to be here for it. Is this month going to be particularly significant? Like, the appointed times in the Bible, okay, are always a time for us to gather and meet with the Lord. And throughout history, God has often done like really big things during those appointed times. And we don't know for sure that God will do anything really big this year, but without a doubt, I mean, we're all going to be watching. You know what I mean? So, I mean, talk about head on a swivel. Know your surroundings. Don't don't let anything get past you. Don't let any kind of wool be pulled over your eyes. You know what I mean? And I mean, why this date? I gotta call my sister. Her birthday's on September 25th. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm out of here. I love you. I'll see you in the next one, all right? You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ciao.